Yeah, I got an issue from like 1950s or 60s. I don't really read comics. Welcome to the 365 blog. Let's go. So hello people, today is October 8th, 2016, day 283 of the 365 vlog, and I'm gonna talk about Comic Con. So this whole weekend is basically Comic Con weekend, where everybody comes from all over to come to the east side for Comic Con, even though they have a west side Comic Con, which is slightly better, but the east side is actually catching up in awesomeness. So in this video, I want to talk about mainly my experience with Comic Con and why I don't really go anymore because, well, it's not as interesting, and I'll tell you guys why. So my first ever convention was going to Anime Festival, and that place was an amazing place of wonderment where I got to see a lot of different people who actually dressed up. I dressed up myself and just got to see very many different things outside of my norm. And it was also really interesting because that was a time where I had first went out and actually gone to a con, and also was able to do this in like a very relaxed atmosphere because there weren't that many people there at the time. It was just a very new con starting out, and each year it got a little bit bigger. And then it got to the point where it used to alternate between Anime Festival and then Comic Con, and then they would alternate each other eventually, and then eventually Comic Con became so big that it basically eclipsed Anime Festival and stopped becoming a thing, eventually to the point where it just had its own little section and then it just got phased out completely. And that brings us to today's Comic Con. Today's Comic Con is really huge. There's so many people. It's so hard to get tickets. Everybody really wants to go there. There are relatively big names and exclusives that do go there, so people definitely want to go see them. But my problem with it all is that I guess it's the con condition, I'm gonna call it. Yeah, I stay making up stuff, but nonetheless, the con condition is that the first con you ever go to is technically the best con you will ever go to in that iteration. So like if you went to Con A for the first time, and then you went to Con A version 1.01, point 1.0 is always going to be the best con you ever go to, and it'll just go on a steep decline down because you've already done everything, seen everything, and you're probably seeing the same people. Now, for me, that's definitely one of the things that's a turnoff. As time went on, as somebody who's not definitely the biggest fan of everything and who can definitely wait and doesn't need that in-depthness into certain series, it doesn't have the appeal of me to go, one. Two, I'm not really that avid a comic book collector, as I do enjoy the medium, creating manga, which is Japanese comics. I'm not the greatest or biggest fan or the most knowledgeable about Western comics, so that also is another non-appealing turnoff to it. And you may say, oh, there's even TV shows. They do TV shows and they do movies and they do all these other panels for all of these things that you could be interested in. But that's the other thing. I'm not interested in a lot of other things. They don't catch my fancy. They don't really bring me there. And it's way too much of a hassle to actually just get a ticket. Because the day the tickets actually went on sale, I had to go to a doctor's appointment and I totally forgot about it. And by the time I got home, which was maybe like 1 o'clock, or when I was getting ready to actually even try to get a ticket, the tickets were already sold out before about an hour. And an hour is the time it took for the tickets to get sold out. And that just goes to show you how much I actually cared about it and how much I felt afterwards. Because I actually was going to try and go for at least one day. Because in the past I'd go for the whole weekend, but it never made sense because I did the same thing every day. I would look around the dealer's room for things to buy, and then I really wouldn't go to any panels because I'm not a panel type person, because I'm not really interested in any of the series that are there. Then I just came to the realization that all Comic Con is to me is basically just a money spending fest where I may or may not get to see things that I like. So that's why I really don't go anymore. I don't go because I'm not really interested. Now, should you go? Yes, if it's your first time, definitely go. It'll be an experience in and of itself. It'll be great. And if you've been there years past and you still enjoy going, go. But I would think as years go on and you keep going, think about more so the reasons why you're going there. Are you going there just to go buy stuff? Are you there to just go see cosplay? Are you there to just go see panels? Or all of them together? I don't know, it could be a mix of all of them. But really think a little bit critically, a little more in the future about why you're going there. Because to me, it just doesn't, it's not really worth it. All those crowds, all those people who aren't, maybe, I question their fandom to a real degree, whether it's actual just hype or just mainstream media. I really wonder how much fans all these people are, but maybe they are to a certain degree, maybe they're not. I can't question everyone's motives, but in general, it's just not as fun, I guess, for the overall weekend. Maybe one day, just going for one day is a lot more fun, but who knows? So yeah guys, that's pretty much all I have for you today, and if you made it to the end of this video, don't hesitate to hit the like button, and if it's your first time on this channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. So tell me guys, have you been to Comic Con, New York Comic Con on the East Coast? Tell me what you thought about it. Did you not like it? Did you like it? What would you like to see next year? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. But yeah guys, I'm Vandal, don't forget to keep it 365, and I'll talk to you next time with another video. Peace, bye.
I took the first bite. I felt like a shokugeki feeling just for a second. Just because I was so hungry. It's so good.
Yo, he was like, it tastes so good.
Sally bought it for me. Love her.